welcome. I'm Rochelle with the Healing Rose, and today we're doing a timeless pick-a-pile reading. So let's just draw our 3 cards, and we can choose between pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. All right, so you can take a moment to decide which energy is calling to you, and then we will dive into our reading. All right, so pile 1, let's see where we're starting. Sky, expansion, befriend mind, inner freedom, expand consciousness. All right, so how can we expand consciousness a little bit more? Let's see what the tarot cards have to tell us about this. Expand. All right. Okay, so the moon. Oh, well, inner freedom, right? So our moon, that's all about following our dreams. Queen of Pentacles, really sitting in your power. Knowing who you are, feeling strong and content. Master of your emotions. Oh, where are all these kings coming from? Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so King of Cups, King of Wands, Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so expansion, befriend mind, inner freedom, expand consciousness. So expanding your consciousness. All right, so what I'm getting here is this, the inner knowing, right? Our dream world, our subconscious, and what our subconscious is always trying to tell us, right? So we're not just necessarily focusing on, it's like we're content, it's like that life contentment. Where's my words I'm trying to find? That, having the comfortable life, having the nice place to live and the nice things, and that's not necessarily what the cards are asking. They're asking for you to move beyond that, right? Become the master of your emotions, become the master of your personal power, stand in your own strength, right? When you learn to master, you're balancing out that water and fire and mastering that. Like, I feel like more contentment is going to come from you having that control over yourself and not just being all, like, it feels like there's almost like, I think I want a couple more cards. Give me a couple more cards. Okay, 8 of Wands, 7, and the 9. Okay, all right. That makes a little bit more sense. It kind of felt like, it feels like maybe it's like we're always chasing like that next shiny thing, and this is more like just, step into it. Things are coming to a place for you now where it's time, it's beyond time for you to just step into your strength, into your leadership, and from there you'll be able to really solidly move forward, right? Once it's like, take control of yourself. You know, don't let yourself get distracted by other people's stuff and what's going on. Focus in on yourself. Have that inner awareness where you are in tune and in control of your emotional state, of where you're putting your energy and your time, right? And that's going to bring you to this place of contentment, right? Stepping into those leadership qualities, just stepping forward and going, okay, I'm going to do this. I am ready to expand now and step outside of my little bubble. It's not just all going to be internal work now, but now I'm ready to send things out. It is time. It is like beyond time. The time is now to step out there into the world from a place of leadership, not just following what someone else tells you to do all the time, not letting yourself be distracted by other people's goals and what they want, but really focusing in on the love that you have for yourself and that you're ready to share, right? And it's not just like romantic love, but like actually expansion through love and being able to, create what you want until you actually step out. If it's all stays internal, until you actually step out and allow yourself to expand, I feel like things are really gonna stay stuck. It is definitely time. It's definitely time for you to move along. All right, let's see if we have anything that feels like it wants to just leap out. Oh yes, the self. Right? Expanding yourself. So your focus needs to be on you. Other people might be trying to, focus on yourself and your journey. Other people might try to distract you. Maybe your journey is about helping other people, but don't sideline your journey because somebody else needs you to do for them. Right? It's not necessarily going to be about that, right? Because now is where your growth is going to come from you stepping up for yourself, right? Letting yourself expand, stepping into that self-awareness. And that is where that Seven of Wands, that leadership, that just like owning it, right? When you own your leadership, like nobody can get into that bubble, right? Leadership is like, strong boundaries, knowing what you want, stepping forward for yourself. Excellent, right? And that's where, that's where the gifts are. That's where the gifts are coming from. And that's where the joy comes. Right? Awesome. Okay. Wow. That's really fantastic. Okay. So pile number 1, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I'd love if you'd hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to subscribe and come back for more, that would be amazing too. All right. Take care, pile 1. Okay. So pile number 2. Let's see what we have. Oh, okay. Pause. Respond versus react. Observe thoughts. Mindfulness. Okay. Pause. What do we need to know about this? Observe thoughts. Mindfulness. Respond versus react. All right. Pause. What do the cards have to tell us today? All right. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Okay, yeah, pause before you react. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're going to need a few more cards here, but all right. So pause. Pause Respond versus react. Okay? So if we're, it feels like, you might have been in a place where things were feeling good, you were feeling really good, and then somebody came along and disrupted your happy Zen place, right? Things were going good, and somebody came along and just disrupted your journey on you, right? We've got this 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords, right? So it's like things are beautiful, and then it just was like you had this where like, why is this nightmare happening to me? Why are they doing this to me? What's going on here? Feeling like somebody has stolen an opportunity from you. They've completely, messed things over for you, right? But what do you want to create going forward? Is it like you might feel like you really want to react towards them? But I mean, if you take that moment to pause and look at it and then respond, instead of coming out of a straight, like crazy emotional reaction, just like respond in a more thoughtful way. Not that you're being thoughtful of them, but you taking that higher road, right? Like taking that moment to go internally, you can create a better outcome for yourself, right? How do we do that? Hierophant. Okay, oh, interesting. All right, this came out in the same place in the last one for pile number 1. So if you just popped over here, you might want to maybe go back and then follow up to this reading with pile number 1, because that same energy is coming out that's asking you to step into a place of where you are leading, like you are setting the example by stepping into a thoughtful leadership, and that is going to dramatically shift things for you. Instead of just having an emotional reaction and being stuck in a cycle like this, if you want to step out into, I mean, look at all these 9s, 9, 9, and 9, right? So that's 9s are like things are coming to an end for you with whatever crazy stuff is going on, right? So that's like we're reaching an end of a cycle. It's like, idealizing something versus the reality and being stuck in this, like, what are people doing to me? They're deceiving me, they're betraying me. How could you do this to me? Kind of energy. It's like, what are you willing to step into creating now? What's your new beginning? Where does that come from? All those 9s, right? And the moon, 18 is also a 9. So I really feel like we're coming to the end of a cycle, right? Because the wheel here is a 10, which is a 1, which is something brand new coming in, right? So I'm really feeling like this, the way for you to really shift things, right? After you've taken that moment to just pause and reflect, right? The moon is that internal, looking inwards, looking to that inner guidance, right? Maybe this is you need to pay attention to some dreams or do some path working with your dreams. Really understand where it is you want to go, because then you can step forward, right? And how are we stepping forward? This is all about being the teacher and being the student, right? So being the student by learning from what's happened and using this as you step forward, leading, step into that leadership role. Maybe it's time to not be the student anymore. Maybe now it's the time to be the teacher. Step into this place where you're stepping up and you're leading by example, right? You're stepping out of this victimhood and stepping into an empowerment, right? And creating a whole new cycle for yourself, right? So we're really seeing that things, when we choose to take this energy, this is taking us into a whole new, it's like a whole new cycle starts for you. Let's take this one. Okay. All right. Flow. So we have our flow energy, Lagus. So yeah, it's like that. I like that because the water is also here, right? The moon is a very watery energy. So it's a nice contrast to the air. Okay. So yeah, flowing with our gifts, right? And when we flow, I know this is not a rune of gifts, but I feel like these are the gifts that you've inherited. Your inherited gifts. That's what I'm hearing. I keep hearing, oh yeah, all the gifts that you have, right? The talents from your ancestors. We're not looking at like the baggage our ancestors brought forward genetically, but what gifts and talents did they give you, right? Maybe you're a very talented artist. Maybe you have a natural ability for, public speaking. There's some kind of a gift, a natural talent that you have that is inherited, that it's time for you to use, because using that will help you to cut through. Where can I put this? I'll put that right there. It will help you to cut through to the heart of the matter, right? Cut through the surface level stuff, cut through like that mental clutter that's happening. And I feel like that is where, like, that's going to give you your next, oh yeah, like your next breakthrough, your breakthrough moment, right? So just stick with it. Stick with this energy of responding versus reacting, where we're thinking before we speak. So we're coming from a thoughtful place. We're just having that little pause to think about it and go, okay, yes, this is the new thing that I want. I don't want to do this old stuff. I want to do this new thing. And how are you doing that? You are stepping up, right? You have this fiery energy that can help you to cut through, to see very clearly your path, the way you need to shift things, right? So don't let yourself get caught up. Sometimes it's better to just like let it go. Sometimes we don't even need to address it. We can look at it and go, okay, I learned from this, right? Maybe it's somebody and you go, you know what? I can forgive them. I never have to trust them again. I don't have to let them into my inner circle again, but I can forgive the situation because I learned from it. I learned that I can't trust them. Maybe that's your only lesson there. And you move past that and you're stepping into something new and beautiful for yourself. Oh, here come those little tippy tappies. Yep. Apparently the dog woke up. So yeah, just using that, like using this fiery energy, right? As the thorn that cuts through to the heart of the matter. It might have been like a bit of a painful process getting here, right? This definitely brings some discomfort with it, but when you start to flow with all the gifts that you have, I feel like you're going to really see this is going to transform some things for you. Right? We're going to see more clearly. Something is going to be revealed to us that really allows us to just step forward into this beautiful, this place of leadership, this place of like owning your power, right? Step into those gifts that you have and don't let other people's stuff drag you down, right? Just keep holding the vision of what it is. What is it that you wish for? What is it that you want to create? Because the energy is here for you to really effectively do that, to really step forward. All right, so I hope that this has resonated with you, pile number 2. And if you enjoyed it, I'd love if you'd hit that little thumbs up button. And if you want to subscribe for more of my pick pile or just general timeless readings, I would love if you would join me. All right. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Okay, pile number 3. Let's take a look and see, what do we have? Breathe, return to breath, calm the mind. Breath is life. Okay, breathe. Calm the mind. Oops. Talent. All right. What do we need to know about this? Return to breath. Calm the mind. Okay, the world. 10 of Wands. Okay. Possibilities. Oh, possibilities that exist for us. All the possibilities. Wow, I got jumpers today. King of Swords, 10 of Swords. Oh, look at those 10s. What's next? Ace of Cups. Okay. All right. Well, we're definitely going to want a few more cards with this, but let's just keep that for now. Okay, so breath. Return to the breath. Calm the mind. Breath is life. Okay, so just taking a moment to breathe, right? Let yourself focus in. So we have the world, 10 of Wands, King of Swords, 10 of Swords, and our Ace of Cups. Interesting with these two 10s here, right? So we have, it's like we have all these possibilities open to us. It feels like you're ready to move on from something, right? So I'm really seeing that this is like, you've had enough. And so we are really, it's like you've had enough, so you're taking your power back. You've had enough, so you're taking control back. You've just, it's like you've had enough, so now you're ready to step into a different energy completely, right? This is like, whatever negative cycle was happening, whatever challenging cycle was happening, we're definitely ready to, let me just hang on a second. Ruby, stop chewing on your feet. Yeah. The dog life. It's a challenge some days to find that moment of peace and quiet. Okay, so yeah, it feels like, there's something that's complete for you, and it feels like you're just ready to walk away from things and just move on, right? And so we're looking at what new, as we take that moment to breathe, what is, like, is there something that you love? What is it that you love? What is it, is there something you've always wanted to do something, like, I love this area of the world and I want to travel there, or I love to paint and I never have time anymore, or I love to be able to go and do this, right? So it feels like now we're seeing the possibilities of being able to do the things we love, because it's like you're done. You're done. You're so done. Oh, look at that, justice. Okay, so we want to create some balance, right? We're not going to get caught up in these old, it's like things are just done, right? We need to create a balance, because where you've been, it feels like you've been really stuck it feels like this feels like the stuck has been for a long time, right? And now you're just ready to go, I'm moving on. I don't want to be stuck anymore. This nightmare can be over for me. I am so ready to shift. The cards are really telling me it's like all these possibilities are out there. What am I doing? I can't ruffle shuffle these. They're so tiny. All these possibilities are out there, right? It's like we could spend so much time feeling overworked, overburdened, just like so stressed and anxious and It's time to create balance. Ruby, please. Ruby's very chatty. She's a chatty Cathy, aren't you? Okay, Ruby, enough. Shh. All the complaints this dog has in her life. So yeah, it's like we need to create some balance, right? Because things, I feel like there's, oh, okay, this one wants to come out. Let's take this one. Come on. Oh, there you go. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it really feels like we need to create balance, because there's been so much time spent looking at what's negative, what's gone wrong, the anxiety. It feels like there's been some sleep deprivation. You know, just feeling like really, really stuck. It's almost like you felt totally trapped by just circumstances around you, and like now you're really ready to go. It's like you're really ready to go places and do things, right? And reconnect and find love. Oh yeah, right? Because we've definitely, this energy here says like we've been stuck, right? Ice. We have been so stuck. But it's like you need to focus on the gifts in life and not focusing on what's negative, right? Find that balance. Find balance for yourself. Oh, yeah, because that's where the growth is coming from. As we find the balance. Oh, yeah. If we want to transform, right? We want to transform this negative way of thinking. I feel like there's been a really negative mindset that we've been holding on to. And the breath has come in to just remind you to breathe, right? I feel like with this anxiety, it's saying like you really just need to breathe. Return to focusing on the breath, right? Return to take that focus, like that heart-centered focus where you're focusing on just feeling the love, embracing the possibilities, right? So taking that time to breathe when you feel yourself getting sucked into this, feeling trapped, feeling stuck, right? Because we're ready to move beyond this. And how do we move beyond this? Oh, and there go the little tippy tappies wandering off. You know, we move beyond this by having, you know, I feel like this needs to be a gratitude practice almost. You know, like focusing on what are the gifts in your life? You know, what are you receiving? And then, you know, having that coming from that heart space, like focusing on the breath, you know, not going back into this anxious energy, but staying focused on, you know, just taking that moment to breathe, center in on your heart, you know, be grateful for the possibilities that are there for you, and step into this place of personal strength. And as you step into this place of strength, you know, listening to your knowing, listening to your intuition, don't second guess yourself. Don't let yourself get caught up in that, what do we call that? Like monkey mind, right? Where it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. You know, let yourself have some balance. Take a moment to breathe, right? Focus in on the heart and find that pause where you can create that moment, right? Where we find a balance in our lives. And that's where our transformation is going to come from. Because if we let ourselves fall back into this energy, this anxious energy, we are going to be, you know, that's going to keep us stuck in the same place. And if we really want to move forward, and it feels like we're so ready to just move on, we're so ready just like, just like pack your bags and go. Just that's how it feels. It really feels like it's just like, okay, I'm ready. I can just shift this. I can just like, it feels like you're so ready to let go of all of this energy. So just do it, right? Because it's really leaving you feeling trapped and stuck, and we want to step into that place of growth and expansion. We want to feel ourselves, step into a place where we can transform our lives in a more positive way. And I really feel like there's like this gratitude, this heart-centered gratitude process that is going to help you to bring balance. All right, so I hope that this has resonated with you. If this resonated and you enjoyed it, I would love if you would hit the like button. I would love it if you would subscribe. If you felt like you wanted more of these pick-a-pile readings, little deck flip-throughs, and general tarot and oracle chit-chat, I would love if you would hang out with me. All right, so I hope you have a wonderful day and take care.